Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
I'm Ann Trujillo with the latest from Denver 7. We have already seen the power of Mother Nature on this Monday. These flames are the result of a lightning strike that hit a natural gas line in Foxfield. We've also received reports of lightning hitting a house in Brighton, although no one was hurt in that incident. And now from the Weather Center, here is Mike Nelson with a first alert forecast.
It is a first alert action day and a lot of weather out there. Strong thunderstorms on the eastern plains, more scattered storms, mountains and metro area. But overnight tonight, this weather front is still going to hang around. By the morning, with low clouds and fog and a few sprinkles of rain over northeast Colorado, mostly cloudy to the southeast. Low temperatures drop down into the low 50s in the Denver area, 30s and 40s expected in the mountains. A cloudy, cool start to the day. Isolated showers even in the morning over the Continental Divide. Storms developing by midday, and yet one more round of severe weather on the eastern plains, mainly east of Denver, but scattered storms for the metro area. This front finally gets out of here on Wednesday, and weather conditions improve. A cool day for this time in June, 70s, Fort Collins, Greeley, Denver, 67 at Colorado Springs, but it will warm up nicely after we get rid of the storms. On Wednesday, back to 82 with sunshine, Thursday 85, and sadly another little storm system comes in here Friday, Saturday with cooler and wetter weather once again, but then back to sunshine by next Sunday.
All right, Mike, thank you. Now, while it's fine to pull off to the side of the road, here's an example of why you should not do it in a hailstorm. This is on I-25 near Dacono. Those cars are all bunched up under an underpass, trying to protect themselves from the hail. Problem is, we're talking a huge traffic hazard here. So long story short, if you find yourself caught up in a hailstorm, yes, get to safety, just do not park on the interstate. We've been following several major stories today. We want to make sure you're all caught up. First, police say they've arrested this man, Danny Carter, in connection to a drive-by shooting near Depew and Colfax early this morning. We know that one victim died. A second victim was taken to the hospital. Police say they found Carter after he crashed his car near Sloan's Lake. This man's accused of attacking homeless people at random in Golden. 51-year-old Roger Coterie faces felony assault charges. Golden police say his motive is unclear. And this prominent marijuana attorney, Robert Corey, has posted bond and is out of jail tonight. He was arrested Friday night, and according to court documents, he held a woman against her will in his car while going 90 miles plus an hour on Pena Boulevard. He reportedly told officers that he was being followed. Now, Contact 7 has looked at all kinds of issues related to hiring contractors. Some never show up at all, others do the work, but it's not done right. Well, a woman from Adams County has a different problem. She paid thousands of dollars down, and the company just went out of business. She reached out to Denver 7's Jason Grenauer, saying she did the homework and still got burned.
We always knew we needed to do a kitchen remodel.
So when that time came for Rushan Nye and her husband, they did their homework.
They had an A rating, but Better Business Bureau had been in business for about 2 years, no complaints.
So they wrote a check to Designer's Choice out of Arvada.
$16,668.58.
A 50% deposit paid on February 9th. 2 months later,
They did absolutely no work they didn't even tear anything out. We received an email from Designer's Choice saying they had closed their business. And they were sorry, but they would try and get the deposit back to us.
Designer's Choice showroom is now empty. They've dissolved, according to the Secretary of State's office, and Rushan has been waiting 2.5 months.
We haven't seen anything since. No deposit, no payments, nothing.
The owner of Designer's Choice, James Christopher Ford, also owns another business, Colorado Bathrooms and More. We tried to reach him there.
And what office or company are you with, sir?
I'm calling from Denver 7 and Contact 7 Investigates, and left a message.
I'd like to have my money back.
Meanwhile, Rushan has hired another contractor to actually remodel her kitchen, and she's once again doing her research, this time into the law.
By law, they have to put that deposit into a trust account, and it should be used only for this renovation project or the supplies for it. So it should have been sitting in a bank account if they did not do any work to be refunded.
Legal sources confirm that is the law, and both the Adams County District Attorney's Office and the Sheriff's Department are aware of the claims.
Makes you think maybe I should have just DIY and done it myself. Then I didn't have anyone else to blame.
In Adams County, I'm Jason Grenauer, Denver 7.
We now have a better idea of what happened in the moments before and immediately after these three people escaped an ICE detention facility. The escape happened at 12:04 yesterday when the three scaled a 15-foot fence. While ICE called Aurora police about the escapees, that was at 12:12 p.m. Aurora police officers were not able to respond, the department says, until 12:47. That's 35 minutes later, and Aurora said its officers were tied up on other calls. A police spokesperson tells us as of today they are done searching for the ICE escapees. ICE is still looking. Denver City Council is meeting right now and could sign off on plans for the area around Bronco Stadium. The idea is to redevelop the parking area south of the stadium, and this plan includes condos and shops and restaurants, as well as more transit options and bike and pedestrian-friendly walkways. A final vote is scheduled for tonight, and we will watch and let you know how it turns out. And it doesn't look like we'll be calling it Pat Bowlen Field at Mile High Stadium, despite thousands of signatures on a petition to change the name. Broncos President Joe Ellis shot down the idea today, saying it's not what Pat would have wanted. You, the voters, may get to decide if Tabor is repealed. Today, the state Supreme Court ruled that Tabor can be treated as a single ballot initiative, which means petitioners could theoretically petition to have the entire constitutional amendment removed. The question is, will they? The Colorado Fiscal Institute told us they are debating whether to try to put this issue on the 2020 ballot. South Metro Fire says the driver of this truck kind of forgot to set their parking brake at the east boat ramp of the Cherry Creek Reservoir. That's a big whoops right there. This happened just after noon today, and fortunately no one was hurt, and the truck is out of the water tonight. This has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thank you so much for joining us, and check back here later tonight for another update, and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Ann Trujillo.